I'm Christianetti, the Assistant Superintendent at Jackson Public Schools, and today I'm here with our HR Director, Jessica Carter. How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. Today we're going to have a conversation. A lot has been going on in the schools and after COVID, and we talk a lot about the students, but there's a lot of pressure and stress on our staff, and so I know that we put in a lot of supports for them, and I just kind of want to talk about some of those. So what is one of the supports that you have going on?
Well, I actually want to talk about two. It's one thing but kind of two-pronged, and it focuses on well-being and the mental health of all of our employees and our contractors, which is a big deal, right? So for our full-time employees, we offer two things. The first is our Employee Assistance Program, which is our EAP. It's through One America, and it offers legal guidance. It helps draw up legal paperwork, things like if you're adopting, if you're getting a divorce, wills, if you want to draw up a will for your family, totally free to the employee. All these services are. And the other thing it does is provide some mental health things like counseling, mental health services, call in person. Again, it's completely free. That, however, is just for our full-time employees. And then we offer JobStar. You know about JobStar. I'm pretty passionate about JobStar. And it is a partnership with United Way. And it includes anything that would impede an employee from getting to work. It could be food insecurity. It could be transportation problems. It could be childcare. Maybe they can't get to work because they don't have any childcare. It could be needing help with paperwork, DHHS paperwork, and that is free to all our employees and all our contractors. Doesn't matter how many hours a week you work, we will help. And we actually have a JobStar success coach, and she is at Hunt every Monday morning and at Jackson High every Tuesday morning to help our employees.
So what kind of response, let's talk about the EAP first.
Sure.
Like, what kind of response have you had so far, and have you had a lot of employees reaching out and using the service?
We have. It's pretty new. So yes, once people really found out about it, it became a little bit more popular. It's still new. It's still in its infancy with Jackson Public Schools. The JobStar is really blown up. We get a lot with that. But that is because we do have a representative, I think, in our buildings who will come completely confidential. You can walk in, you can call, you can email her, and we can provide her email address. But it is available also on the website, on the JPS website under For Staff.
And I think sometimes we forget that teachers and all staff have just everyday lives where things get in the way, and schools are very different than a lot of jobs where you don't have a lot of flexibility to take time off to go to a doctor's appointment or to make an appointment if you're going through a divorce or any sort of issue, that you can just take time off.
Can't work from home. You just can't.
No, and that's just different than the regular workforce. In terms of our employees, I know that we also offer support when there's an incident in the schools, right? Like, so if we have something that happens to one of our students, I think we offer a lot of counseling services as well.
Yes, for sure. That if anything happens to a student, God forbid, if anything happens to a staff member, we will provide social work services, counseling services, and round the clock. We will make sure that those get out, get to the buildings, and we correspond with parents in a lot of different ways, as you know. We will let everybody know in the buildings, the staff, where they're going to be on staff, what time, and how they can reach out.
And then we have a tremendous, I think, HR department. So can you talk a little bit about each one of your employees in HR? They actually are some of the nicest, kindest people I have ever met who really care, including yourself.
Good. Well, thank you. I am so fortunate. We have Sarah Ebersole, who is our HR generalist. She knows a little bit and a lot about everything. She is a go-to person for anything you need HR. And then Carrie Putman is our benefits coordinator. And she's just so good. I couldn't be happier with the staff that we have in HR. And I want to talk a little bit about Nicole Scott too. She's our payroll person. She's not directly in my department, but she does work with us very closely. So good. Open door policies, you can contact them anytime.
Yeah, I have found them to be just amazing. And then I guess the other thing too, that as we see these services grow and be used more, what would you like employees to know about how to connect with these folks and how to get there, and what process they need to go through?
Sure, absolutely. And if you're talking about like JobStar and the EAP, once again, I want to point out, completely confidential. All the information is out on our For Staff website. We're also going to be emailing everybody shortly after this goes out because I want everybody to have easy access to it. They will have all the phone numbers, the emails, the websites, and again, 24-hour policy. I know our JobStar rep checks emails all times of day, and she's really quick about corresponding.
Yeah, it's been a great partnership with United Way to do that. Awesome. And I don't think people realize how much support is needed. And sometimes people get very concerned about asking for help because they don't want anybody to know their business and stuff. I love that this is confidential.
100% confidential.
Yeah. Anything else you want to tell us about what you got going on with employees?
I think that's a big deal. Both those things are pretty big.
Yeah, it really is. I think we do a lot here at JPS to support our staff and in a time when it's definitely needed for sure.
100%.
Thanks for coming today.
Okay.